My name is Brandon Fish, and I'm the Vice President of Human Resources here at Property Solutions.
I'm Cami Cable, Vice President of Human Resources at ClearLink.
I'm Diana Hasselfeld, and I'm the nurse practitioner here at Varian Medical Systems.
I'm Chad Myler. I'm the Wellness Coordinator here at USANA Health Sciences.
I'm Randy Rasmussen, Vice President of Human Resources at Nelson Laboratories.
We monitor employee retention. It depends really on the office. So we have two offices in Lehi, Utah. We have an office in Provo. We have an office in Dallas, Texas, and then we have an entire company in India. And our retention at those offices fluctuates because they're all different. Our Provo office is made up of college students, and so we struggle a little more with retention there because when the semester ends and our employees move or graduate, we lose some of them. Here at the corporate office, we've consistently seen our employee retention improve quarter after quarter since I've been here. I think a big reason for that is the environment that we've created and the culture we've created. Most of the employees, when they leave in their exit interview, tell us that they're not leaving because of the culture, that they're leaving for their families moving, or they're graduating, or they're moving into something that applies better to their degree. But almost every time, in every exit interview, the employee will say, I think Property Solutions has an amazing culture, and if it wasn't for this other opportunity, I wouldn't be leaving because they love the culture.
So at ClearLink, we look at retention, and we want to do everything we can to keep our employees here and engage with us. But some of our core purpose is why we exist as a business is we want our people to grow personally and professionally. We want them to develop meaningful relationships and share unique experiences. And our goal has always been that we'd love for our employees to stay with us for their full career, but we realize at some point there might come a fork in the road where they might choose to go a different direction. But our hope is that we've invested enough in them that they look back and say ClearLink was the launching pad for my future, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Well, our organization has been around for 75 years almost, and we've had some breakoffs and splits, and it's changed focus. We started with a kind of a family environment here years ago, and it's kind of kept that family environment. We have a referral program for family and friends, so people get a large incentive award for having referred someone, and if they stay on board, they get, and it doesn't matter if they're family or if they're friends or colleagues. So I think we have still kept that kind of family caring attitude here. We've had people here that are retiring that have worked here 40 years. It's really not uncommon at all. So there's longevity here, and I think that says something about a company where we have a safe, caring, kind of open environment. If I were to say one thing about Varian, I would say it's very progressive. But it's also a very kind of family, almost family-centered kind of feel to it.
USANA's really, I think it's really growing just because it's a cool place to work. And as like cliche as that sounds, is when we bring people in here, when I brought people in here to look at our facilities, it's just, their eyes are wide open, and it's kind of like, oh, I didn't think a company would have that here. And when we go through and I do a lot of help with the orientations, I come in and tell them about the wellness program, they're totally like, oh, I can do that. I can earn money for going and listen to Lunch and Learns. I can have personal training. And so it's a lot, at USANA, there's a lot of work-life balance. We do a lot of stuff for families as well as the wellness program. And so it's just a nice mesh of that work-life balance, which makes people happier. And I think that's what keeps people here for a long time. We have a lot of people who've been here for 10 plus years.
Our corporate culture, I think, is really important for recruiting the right talent. Right now the market is extremely hot, if you will, and so there's a lot of people looking for jobs. So it's finding that unique characteristic that stands out for your corporation and why they should come work for you. So for us, what we've really been focusing on is we really want to give an individualized experience for someone working here and try and cater as much as we can to what is a meaningful experience for them.
We do a cabin retreat where all of our employees will go and we provide esthetician treatments and massage treatments, and they love that stuff because it helps rejuvenate them. It gives them energy. It makes them excited to come back to work because they know that that's one of the benefits. Advice for organizations to improve morale. Bar none, the number one most important thing for me is culture. And if your culture starts at the top, no matter how much culture you try to implement, if your leaders, your CEO, and your vice presidents and your directors aren't living the culture and living the values, then it's hard to create that. So I think it's so important for companies to establish fun cultures because so many companies now have that. It's hard to attract good recruits and good employees if you don't have that. So for me, in fact, that's one of my main responsibilities in my job is to own the culture and to create an environment that people enjoy, that they love, that they want to get out of bed in the morning and be excited to go to work. And so to me, as an organization, you need to find the people that have the skill set to do the job. But other than that, the number one thing I look for in any interview is, are they a cultural fit? Do they like the things that we do, that we offer as a company? And does that make them happy and get them excited to come to work? Because to me, that's the most important thing.
Our corporate culture is probably one of the most important factors in our recruiting process because one of our core values is integrity and another one is quality. We have to find the right people to fit in to our organization. It's not hard once we find people with integrity because we have such a great culture. People hear about it and want to come here.
For me, I think, kind of looking at the culture and what ties into all of that and makes it successful is really empowering our managers to do what's right for our employee. Oftentimes I think processes are created for good reasons and they should be in place, but there's still that human touch where you have to step back and say, is the process prohibiting me from doing what's right by the individual? And I think, from the time I started 7 years ago, one thing that's always impressed me is that employees truly are the most important asset of our business. And when our executive team says they're going to do something, they follow up with that. And I think just that consistent commitment to, I want to get your feedback, we want to make a difference, we're willing to change, I think is pretty powerful.
I think it has to come from the top. And so I think our corporate offices, being that they're so open and they're online, we have an intranet site where people can get on and access almost anything about the company and get help if they need financial planning or have any questions about just about anything. We have a big health and wellness site from our wellness committee on the corporate level. We have help to plan your 401k. So I think that openness, and there's also an open door policy with our upper management. I think that trickles down to our local management, and so I think having that open door policy is really helpful. Plus, making sure that our benefits and our wages are really competitive and in line with, the local cultures around us too, the local other businesses. So we're very competitive.
Yeah, USANA kind of has a nice way to bring people in. We'll do our interviews, we'll ask questions, we'll find qualified candidates, but we also want to make sure that they fit in the culture of health. And being that we're a health company and we have, values of like community and integrity and excellence and health, and those are our values here, is we want to make sure that there's someone who values those things. Like, do they want to work out with the community? And that's what we do a lot. We work with the Kennedy Junior High really close here. So we want someone there who can go out and mix with the community, and we want someone who really is passionate about what USANA is trying to do and trying to make this world a healthier place. And so when we're recruiting and trying to get them in here, we see those people who really fit that mold, and then you can see how that just makes the company so much better because we're all on the same page. It's like, when I come to work on Monday, it's not like I'm coming to work, I'm just coming to hang out with friends. And it's really cool that way because we really just connect really well and really fast, and it just has that nice camaraderie.
One of the most important elements that contributes to our culture is the fact that the owner of the company truly cares about the employees. Jeff Nelson, our current owner and CEO, is the son of Dr. and Linda Nelson, who founded the company, and he grew up with the company and saw that it still has that small family-owned company feel, and employees know that he and his executive team really care about them, and that I think is the most important factor.